Right, welcome everyone to the Royal Enfield rundown. There's so many Royal Enfield bikes here. It seems kind of silly not to take the opportunity to do a walk and talk and just go over the whole range, what's new for 2025, going into 2026. So I'm just going to start with the 650s because they're next to me. Then we'll do some 350s and then we'll end up with Flying Flea. So let me just whip the camera around and I'll start. What's amazing is in end of 2025, people are still going mad for the Interceptor and the Continental GT of all bikes. But they've upgraded it for 2025 with the LED indicators and headlight, metallic switchgear, this handlebar brace there in the middle. And then look at this, Continental GT, a little bit unloved in the Royal Enfield range because of the riding position. Doesn't lend itself as well to like relaxed riding. You've got a single seat there. And the Öhlins-esque rear suspension. I love these old Royal Enfields, gotta say. There's the Inti, the other side. One thing about Royal Enfield 650s is they sound great because they've got dual exhausts. See, they've upgraded the rear as well, LEDs. Still running the Bi-Bri brakes, which are more than enough. And then the good old Interceptor, which is dual clocks. Very, very nice. Right, let's have a quick look at the old shotgun. So this bike is based on the Super Meteor frame. So you've got that 240 kilos weight premium, but it's got to be one of the most underrated, underappreciated Royal Enfield 650s. And it's that with a headlight nacelle. When I first reviewed this, I said it was plastic. Someone was quite quick to correct me and say it's actually all metal. So the shotgun is also blacked out as well. Look at the matte exhaust and the engine casings there with the gloss on them. Single seat, but very customizable. You can put a back seat on there or a luggage rack. Nice symmetrical tank, bold colours, and the tripper and the new style instrument cluster. I would definitely buy a Royal Enfield with a tripper if I was going to buy one. Right, we're going to move on, staying with the theme of 650s. Just coming into this hall now to look at the newest edition, which is the Bullet 650. Now this, unfortunately, this colour isn't coming to the UK. This blue and gold is probably the best colour. It just absolutely pops in the light. I mean, imagine it in daylight. It would be a stunner. So Bullet there, you've got MRF tyres, front and rear, dual exhaust, centre stand as standard, and then the single seat, which is kind of iconic of the Bullet. Obviously it's got that little hump in it where it raises at the back, and then traditional styling for the rear fender or mudguard. The only thing which people don't particularly like is this scaffolding business on the rear that supports the mudguard from the back, from the outside. But yeah, it looks like a comfortable bike for a pillion actually, if you look at the position where the pegs are. You've got a big grab rail. You all know the engine by now, 47 horsepower, very nice sound. I mean, I also like the fact that the exhausts aren't upswept, they're straight back, which is a nice look. And then up front, you're never going to tire of that, are you? Look at that big old piece of aluminium for the handlebar clamp. And then you've got the tripper built in and an analog speedo. It's like the best of both worlds. Royal Enfield branded grips, metallic switchgear, and then big traditional brakes. Coming around to the front, LEDs, and then the big front mudguard, big single disc up front and spoke wheels. Man, it's a lovely package. Right, let's move back a little bit to one that we know a little bit more, the classic 650. So this was a long-awaited bike actually. You can see quite a lot of similarities with the Bullet actually, kind of a little bit like the 350s, imitate each other quite a lot. Here you've got the same nacelle, the LED running lights, all the switchgear, the mirrors the same, handlebar clamps the same. Even the exhaust system looks the same. It's just the seat. It's very, very similar to the Bullet. I don't know why. I think I'm more drawn to the Bullet. Just the seat kind of sets it off. Let's have a look at the new colour option for the classic 650, which is over here. Again, it's this nice blue colour. Just going to stand back and look at the Bullet versus the classic and those two colour options. The Bullet just looks more traditional with the gold emblems and the seats. The engine is almost identical. In fact, I'm struggling to see the difference between those two bikes. Yeah, frame's the same. So, yeah, I mean, my choice would go for the Bullet there out of all the 650s, actually. The only one we haven't seen yet, which we should cover, is the Bear. So let's head over to see the Bear. Oh, actually, before we get to the Bear, this is one for two-wheeled Willie. The Rough Cuts Special Edition Shotgun. That is pretty stunning, has to be said. So, traditional shotgun, but hand-painted gold stripe. Rough Cuts. I found it. Wow. Quilted seats, blacked out. Number 1 of 100. Oh, it's Rough Crafts, not Rough Cuts. I do apologise. Oh, look at the black switchgear. That is a thing of beauty. Fair play. Yeah, that might be even my favourite over the Bullet. Look at that. Wow. It's it's the gold pinstriping or the gold lining, and look at that. It actually looks like it's from an old pub. It's so old-fashioned looking. Traditional nacelle, all metal, and then you got like a dual colour, black, gold, and then a satin. Yeah, wow. Rough Crafts, what a beauty. That is lovely. I do know someone who wants to buy this bike, but I won't reveal who at this point in time. Right, where were we? We were due over to see the Bear, and as it happens, the Bear is available. A few different colours, nothing you haven't seen before. Obviously, the big difference between the other 650s with the Bear is that you've got the 2-into-1 exhaust, so you lose that stereo sound. And then I'm just going to move over to, I'll go on that one so you can sit on it if you want. I mean, don't mean to be in the way. So yeah, back on another Bear. Didn't want to stop that guy having a look at the bike. Metallic switchgear, handlebar brace, and then the TFT, which is borrowed off the Himalayan, which I personally probably wouldn't have. And then on this you've got MRF tyres, but they look very much like Scorpion Rallies from Pirelli. LEDs all round, not rounded though, like the other 650s. And then Showa upside down forks, which I think are borrowed off the Super Meteor. I quite like this Bear because of the blue seat. Mind you, that one's got a brown seat as well, but all are nice. But yeah, the only problem with the Bear is a tough rear suspension. And I lean forward a little bit in the riding position, so it's probably, I hate to say it, it's probably my least favourite 650. And here's the fabled one, option 249, everybody loves to love on. That one's spec'd up with the engine bars there in chrome, hand guards. Is that it? Oh, and tank pads, yeah. Oh, and the fly screen. There's quite a few different things that have been added to that Bear. Yeah. It's nice. Oh, a bash plate. Have they all got a bash plate? No. The bash plate's also an optional extra. See down there. I think we've done 650s, my friends. We've done the 650s. So we'll have a little touch on the Himalayan 450. Pretty nice bike. Get them for about £5 in the UK. 4999 from a dealer. Obviously, you want this one here with the tubeless tyres. Big advantage if you plan to do any touring. Yeah, very comfortable to ride. Suspension's really plush, like the old Himalayan was actually. What's this one called? The white. The name eludes me, but that's the more of a standard model with the tube tyres. Has got the headlight guard there. This over here looks like a new version of the Himalayan, all in black, without the gold. Must be new for 2025. I think that's my cue to move on to 350s. Now, I can't keep up with the 350 train. It seems to add the colours pretty much every 6 months. Bottle green here, quite optioned up with the screen and the engine guards and single seats. That's basically about as high an option as you can get on a classic, or on the peak, on the classic 350. Over there you've got a new colour in the blue. Centre standard standard. Got the headlight nacelle that's shared with its bigger brother. This one actually has the extra pegs. And I think that's a touring seat as well. Yeah, it does say that. So that is pretty much as nice as a classic 350 can get. This one is the Goan Classic. I'm not even sat on this one yet. That's also new for 2025. Look at the handlebars, that's the main difference, isn't it, in the riding position? It's just some guys demonstrating. The rest of the running gear is the same 20 horsepower engine. But I did notice the Goan, don't want to put my camera in that chap's face, but the Goan has got the metallic switch gear, which kind of sets aside the premium Royal Enfields. That is nice. And it's got the tubeless tyres with the white wall. That's quite special too. Probably see myself on a Goan. I wonder how comfortable it is to have the handlebars up there. Right, let's do some Hunter action. So I've never been a mad fan of the Hunter, if I'm honest. I did enjoy riding it, and it is a bike that's discernibly more peppy than the other 350 siblings because it weighs 180 kilos and those bikes weigh 200 plus. So yeah, I could get on board with that Hunter. And look at the stripe there on the wheel rim, kind of matches the tank. And also look, they've upgraded it, LEDs all around. I believe you've got, a tripper and quite a basic clock that seems to be kind of unique for the Hunter. That's not a super meteor or a shotgun clock, seems to be new for the Hunter, and a tripper. Plastic switch gear though, as you can see, and this one's got bar end mirrors. That one over there has got the standard Mickey Mouse mirrors. So yeah, as a little commuter bike, the Hunter's nice, but it's got more competition now than it used to. All the Chinese stuff and obviously the BSA Bantam. But that is nice with that kind of playful colouring on the white tank. Right, we've saved the best until last. Oh, well, let's just do a Gorilla. That actually looks like Gorilla as in the jungle Gorilla. Green and camo. Looks like you could hide that in the forest. That is quite cool. Gorilla is probably one of the best little naked, rip around the lanes bike, but it's not as relaxing to ride as the 350s because the motor wants to be thrashed. It's quite different. But look at the fat front tyre, 40 horsepower, gators, LEDs all round, and then it actually shares the switch gear with the Himalayan, so that makes it a little bit different. See, they've made that more kind of industrial to suit the Himalayan, rather than more classic like some of the other switch gear is. Same with the fuel filler cap, offset, looks nice, and the brake, everything about it is a little bit more industrial, a little bit more modern looking than the classically style bikes. But yeah, no problem at all with a Hunter. Love a Hunter. Right, onto the chosen one, the Meteor 350 range. These are absolutely my favourite. I'm going to just say it, they're my favourite Royal Enfield. So they come in 4 different options, and we got some new colours for 2025. The options are Aurora, which is grey, green or blue. I know a few people, Jonathan's got an Aurora. Supernova, which has changed lots of different colours. I had one in Copper Beach Bronze, which was discontinued in 2022. They've now got Supernova Black, Stella, that's this matte grey which I'm standing next to, and then a new Fireball in orange of all colours. Let me just show you this grey, because it's called matte, but it's very deep, lustrous to the paint. And kind of a cruiser style. I would say they're not forward foot controls, but I kind of call them mid. If you look at the bend in the knee, they're not really forward. Machining on the engine there, which looks the part, and that one's got a fender extender to stop the mud getting flung up. Well, there's no radiator because it's an air-cooled engine. And these ones have a new style arrangement with the Tripper. Tripper was discontinued in 2022, but it's back again. And Fireballs. Now Fireballs have been through quite a few incarnations. From the original red and yellow, then there was blue, which I didn't quite gel with. Then there's green, and there's a gloss black. And as of 2025, there's apparently a Fireball in orange as well. It's very similar to the yellow. It's gloss, it's just a slightly different shade. And then you've got the rim tape to match, and everything else on the Fireball is blacked out. But 2025 bike, got the thing there, the screen, and the LEDs all round. And then you've got crash bars on that one as well. Right, we have missed one particular bike out, which is the old Super Meteor, the first of the non-Interceptor framed 650 bikes. You've got the cast wheels, less cleaning, forward controls, and then the modern touches with the Royal Enfield logo there in the modern outline. Straight back exhausts. And that one I think it's not Astral Green, is it? It's not a new colour, it's mid-tier. I forget, you got Astral, then you got Celestial is the higher tier, and you got a middle one. And this one over here, talk of the devil, is Celestial. So you get like a touring version with the seat, backrest, and then screen, and you can get special foot pegs and so on and so forth for this higher end one. It's also done in a red as well as Celestial blue. Right, entire Royal Enfield rundown. The final part of it is the Flying Flea. So Flying Flea is actually a sub-brand almost of Royal Enfield. But I'll pop round and show you the Flying Flea just because it's actually garnered quite a lot of attention compared to the petrol-powered bikes, which you wouldn't expect it to do so. I'll walk all the way around. Show you the oh, it's a bit bright, isn't it? Show you the Flying Flea. So this is my favourite bit of it. I'll just show you this thing because it's really cool. Oh, I'll flip it around now. Oh, look at this. So this is the Flying Flea S6, kind of the scramblerized version. Chain drive, taller suspension, more off-road tyres. But how on earth did they get that to work like that? Wonder if you can you program that to do any letters, or is it just Flying Flea? Only Flying Flea. Okay, thank you. They've got some emblems there with a parachute. LED lighting all around, fully electric drive chain with a battery pack there. Yeah, really, really nice. I think you have to pay for it though. I think it's going to be about £7,000. So, and what's even more expensive is the carbon model, also the S6. Lashings of carbon fibre, which makes it look very, very premium. You wouldn't really want to take that off-road, would you? The monoshock under there. So I'll quickly show you the C6, which is the kind of original debuted Flying Flea model. It's actually quite different. Retro style rear fender, or Nouveau retro. The rear shock's more on display. In fact, most of the bike is actually different. I don't even think the frame's shared. Or at least it's hidden on the S6. This looks a little bit reminiscent in this paint job of the Maving RM1, that original bottle green and the brown on the seat there. Brown grips, missing a bar end on this side. Single screen up front. I don't know if that's unique to the Flying Flea. I think it is. And obviously these are like controls to set your speed, and you've actually got cruise control over here, which is really cool to see on a I say entry-level bike, but it's probably not entry-level, is it? Little phone holder, and then a power button to get the thing going. And it wouldn't be Royal Enfield if they didn't put Bi-Bree brakes, single disc up front, on these little bikes. Right, we've gone to town today, the whole Royal Enfield rundown. Hope you enjoyed that video. Yeah, basically the updates are paint jobs on a variety of things, and the Bullet 650, and the Rough Crafts shotgun. But that's it. Are we going to see the fabled 750, which hasn't debuted at EICMA, but is Royal Enfield keeping something up their sleeve for Motorcycle Live? That's the question. Right, let me know in the comments what you thought about this, and I will catch you on the next one.